All right, Jackson, you say somebody on this show right now owes you an apology.
I believe so. I believe I'm owed an apology, and that's from our very own Cassandra Young.
I have been dreading this break for about a week.
By the way, Cassie today, just shockingly dressed. Like you got a job interview.
No, I don't. I honestly, so I submitted it as a personal story, but basically, I finally feel like I'm becoming myself again after having a baby 5.5 years ago. But honestly, if things feel easier, it doesn't feel insurmountable to do the dishes or to get dressed in the morning.
Yeah.
Obviously forgot the mascara today, but still, I think for the past week and a half, I've been putting on makeup and dressing like a member of society rather than somebody who just rolled out of bed, and it feels good.
Yeah, Amanda went through that silly phase for about a week and a half.
Yeah, well, I'm at a week and a half, so if I can go 2 weeks, I'll beat her. Loser.
So what'd she do?
Yeah, Cassie, let me knock you down a peg now that you have shared that confidence boost with me. So I told you guys last week that we were at this podcasting conference, and one of the nights we had a dinner with a recent company that we have a partnership with, and we met with 6 of the people on their team and 6 of the people on our team. It was a pretty big businessy kind of dinner, you know? And we're at this restaurant, and we're sitting at one of those long rectangle tables. Side note, anytime that you're having and conducting one of these big businessy kind of dinners, it has to be at a round table because there's too many politics involved with a rectangular table. You don't know who you're sitting next to. You're trying to establish a good side of the table that you want to sit on. You want to sit between people that are fun. A round table facilitates conversation a little bit easier.
King Arthur was onto something.
He really was.
But I literally tried to facilitate the conversation, and I made everyone switch seats before the other team arrived, and that got blown to bits.
Really? Okay. There is a lot of there's a lot of debate going on in your head when you enter a room with a square table like that or a rectangular table on exactly what's the fun side of the table you want to hang with. Are there 1 or 2 people in there that you're going to be bored with, so you're going to try to avoid those people? And it's all happening really, really quick.
Exactly. And then you also don't want to do one of those awkward full divide things where our group is all talking amongst each other and their group's talking amongst theirs. So Cassie tried to actually kind of stagger everyone so that there would be spots for them to sit. But then when we all got up to say hi, they all sat down kind of together, and it sort of totally defeated the entire purpose.
So, yeah.
I mean, I was like, okay, well, this producer and this producer should be near this, in the middle here. They're definitely going to need to talk to Cassie, so she needs to be there. Literally mapped out the entire thing. And then what happened? They all ended up at one end of the table.
Yeah, it's like a Sadie Hawkins dance where all the girls are on one side and all the boys are on the other side.
Exactly. And so the way that it ended up falling together was it was basically Cassie and one person from our team on one side with the whole other group of them, and then all of us on the Pioneer team on the other side of the table.
Okay, so hold please. So as I'm listening to this, Cassie is the only representative of Pioneer amongst all these other high-end executives on that side of the table.
She's with one other person.
Our newest hire, our executive assistant, Roxanne, who is amazing, funny woman, but very new to the team, so a little more quiet, as you would be when you join a team and you're learning the ropes and stuff like that, and it's a high business dinner.
Okay.
Exactly. So needless to say, my side of the table was the fun side of the table, okay? We were all having a good time laughing, and so were they. I could hear the conversation, and, we're trying to do that awkward lean over and talk to each other, and it's always just kind of hard. And so at some point in the dinner, this is after, several cocktails, we've had appetizers.
It was hour 3 of the dinner.
Okay.
Hour 3.
It was a long
Man, with my ADD, I would have done 4 laps around the restaurant already.
I just feel like that is important that everyone knows it was the end of the 3rd hour of dinner.
Which means wine is flowing also?
Yes, and yes, I'll let Jackson keep going.
So, yes, wine's flowing, espresso martinis were flowing. Everyone's feeling pretty good at this point, and the conversation is really loosened up at this point, right? And everyone's having a good time. And I take it that there was a slight lull in the conversation on Cassie's side of the table, and our side of the table is having a good time. And all I remember was saying something and laughing really hard because, again, fun side of the table.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, from the other side of the table, Cassie goes, "Oh my God, Jackson, shut up."
What? Why?
Okay, so I'm going to...
My palms are literally sweating right now.
Why would you say that?
I'm going to preface this and defend her by saying that, like, Cassie and I joke a lot with each other, and we're constantly ribbing each other. But this was just totally out of left field.
And these are all new people.
These are all new people. And I instantly went Abby victim mode and went, why would you say that?
Do you see what she said to me?
And the whole table is just completely silent. And she's like, kidding, totally kidding.
Too late at that point. What were you responding to?
Oh my God, his voice was just really loud. So it was the end of 3 hours, and I'm good at conversation for a small amount of time. Then I gotta bounce, so I'm like run. And these people had dark humor, like they were great. So you would love them. So the vibe was there. I still shouldn't have said it, and I did apologize to Jackson. Like as soon as we left the restaurant, I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking, but there was a lull on our side, and it was getting awkward. And then I just hear Jackson's voice really loud, and I think Bert show kicked in. And I'm like, I can break the tension. Shut up, Jackson, because it was just his voice. And then I was like, not at the Bert show, high-end steakhouse in Dallas with some really important people. Everyone was chill. They connected with me after, so we're good.
Yes.
But yeah, sorry, Jackson.
They haven't ghosted you ever since that outburst.
That was not the worst joke of the night, but it was a great dinner. I'll tell you what. Thank God.
Did anybody come up to you and say, "Hey, you just said it out loud"? We were all thinking the same.
The Bert Show.